Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming back to watch another video. If it's your first time here, karibu sana. I hope you'll enjoy this video. And for my new subscribers, feel right at home. Thank you so much for subscribing. So today I want to talk to you about my pressure cooker. So I'll do a quick review and then we'll cook something. So stay tuned. So this is it. This is the mighty appliance I want to talk to you guys about. It is an electric pressure cooker, and this particular one is the Nutricook smartpot 2. It is black in color. It has a capacity of 6 liters, weighs 5.6 kilograms, and the power is 1000 watts. So I'm going to show you the different parts that it has, talk to you about it a little bit, and then we are going to cook. We are going to make a few things just to demonstrate how it works. But there's so much you can do with this appliance. I can't do it all in one video, so we're just going to do a little bit today, and then hopefully next time I'll show you a few more things. So it came with a soup spoon, a rice paddle. This is the cable to connect to power, a steam rack. This is a measuring cup, 3/4 measuring cup, and a user guide. And then in here we have the pots. This is a stainless steel pot. So I picked one with a stainless steel. Actually, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to go with Nutricook. So I picked Nutricook because of the variety that they have. So they have an 8-liter one and a 6-liter one. So I picked a 6-liter one. And then they also have an option to pick one with a stainless steel pot and one with a non-stick pot. So I don't like non-stick. Even my other pots are stainless steel. I can't take care of non-stick. It's too much work, just preventing that coating from coming out and mixing with your food. It's too much for me, so this is safer for me. So yeah, I liked Nutricook for that. By the way, this video is not sponsored. This is just what I chose. It's what I bought, and so it's what I'm talking to you about. I got it at Hotpoint around April. During Easter season, there was an offer. So I don't know, I think the offer is still running, so I don't know whether it was an Easter offer. This is the base, so this is where the cooking happens. This is the heating pad, so this is the part that gets heated up so that your food can get cooked. You should not pour anything inside this part, any food particles or water, anything. You should, before you use it, you make sure this part is nicely clean and dry before you start heating it up. And these are the handles. This is the control panel. We are going to turn it on in a short while. And then here we have the port where the cable goes. So this is where you connect your power cable and then connect the other side to your socket when you want to cook. This is the lid. This is how it looks on the outside and on the inside. So I'm going to show you the different parts that it has, starting with this pressure release valve. So this is where pressure comes through. Like when pressure is being released, it goes through here and it can be removed. So this part can be removed to be cleaned. And here we have a hole, so the pressure comes through that hole and out of the valve. When you're cooking, always make sure that your the valve is connected and well connected. Then here we have a float valve. This one, I guess it's called floating because it moves up and down. So when pressure has built up inside the pressure cooker, the valve goes up, so like that, it's sticking out. And I'm just using my finger to press it out, but when you're cooking, it's the pressure that pushes it out and it sticks out like that. and when you release all the pressure, or when all the pressure has left the pressure cooker, then the valve goes back down. So now you see it's at the same level with the rest, with the lid, I mean. Then here we have the pressure release button. So one thing I like about also this particular model is that the valve, the pressure release valve, and the button are separate. So the pressure comes out through here, but then the way to control the pressure is through this button, which is all the way here. So to release the pressure, you press the button down and the pressure starts to come out. And then when you want to seal, when the pressure is all done, you turn the button and the button comes up and the valve goes down. I hope you saw that. So when you press, this comes up and pressure starts to come out, and then when you turn, you just turn it slightly like that, the button comes up and this goes back down to position. So I really like that about this particular model. And then here we have the lid position marker. I hope that you can see. So we have two arrows, and on one arrow has a locked padlock and the other one has an open padlock. So there is another marker on the base. So when it aligns, let me show you. So when you want to close the lid, there is another marker down here. I hope that you will be able to see it. So there is another marker down here. So when this arrow aligns with the arrow with an open padlock, then it means your pressure cooker is open. When it aligns with the arrow with a closed padlock, then it means the lid is locked or it's closed. So to close the lid, you just need to align the arrow. So it's aligned, the arrow is aligned to the open padlock, and then twist until it aligns with the closed padlock, meaning that your pressure cooker is locked. Now, one other thing I like about this is you can't do anything on this with this cooker when the lid is not properly closed. So when you haven't closed the lid properly, something will appear on the control panel to alert you that the lid is not properly closed. It will beep and you can't select any option, you can't select any programs, you can't start any cooking until you have properly locked your lid. So that is a really cool safety feature that this cooker has. Then we're not done with the lid. Inside the lid we have this. So this is the sealing ring. So it can easily be removed, just gently pulled to remove it. So this is how it looks, and it can be put back just like that. So every time you're cooking, you need to make sure that the sealing ring is inserted properly and never leave it out, because it's the one that ensures that pressure builds inside the pressure cooker. Without it, steam will be escaping and no pressure will build up. So this is very important. You always need to make sure if you are pressure cooking, it is inserted properly, it's right in place. And yeah, so, and then there's this fin. So this is a lid fin and it goes right here on this lid rest. So the lid rests right here through that fin, just like that. So when you're cooking and you don't want to be placing your lid anywhere, you can just place it there. It rests there right on the pressure cooker, which I think it's really cool. So now I am going to cook. I will start by boiling beans and then we will saute them. So here I have my beans. These are yellow beans. I've already washed them. So what I'm going to do is just pour them into the pot. As you can see in the pot, there is a half point mark. I hope you can see. There's the half point mark, and then there's the max. So when you're cooking food that expands, like beans or rice, the maximum you can put your food is up to the half point mark. You shouldn't exceed that, because when they expand, they'll take up space. So for instance, if you filled up to here and then they expand, there won't be any more space for them in the pressure cooker, and that can lead to clogging of your pressure release hole, and a lot of pressure, like extra pressure in the pressure cooker, and it can lead to your pressure cooker malfunctioning. So the recommended amount that you should put in your pressure cooker for expanding foods is the half mark. So but you can see mine is not yet up to the half mark point. So I'm cooking 1 kg beans, so I'm going to put water. But the minimum amount of water that you should use in this pressure cooker is 1.5 cups, but this is more than 1.5 cups. So I just want the water to cover the beans slightly. But as you can see, even with the water, my food is not yet to the half mark, to the half point. So you can see it's still below the half mark. And yeah, so I think I can even add a little more water and then place the food in the pressure cooker. Now this is ready to cook, but before I even do that, what I should have done before putting that is inserting the cable right there, and then place the cooker here and insert into the socket like that, and then we are going to close the lid. So as I told you, remember this padlock with the arrow facing down, and this is an open padlock, closed padlock. So I hope you can see it better now. So I'm just going to align this arrow to this arrow, the open side, and then when you twist, it locks. So just like that, the lid is locked. And then the other thing to ensure is that actually never move your pressure cooker like that while you're cooking. So I just did that because I've not yet started cooking, but when it's in the process of cooking, you shouldn't move your pressure cooker. You should just let it sit where you placed it and let it cook until it finishes, because you don't want to cause any accidents. So the other thing to ensure is that it's in venting position. So remember we said when it's down, that's venting. I mean, it's in sealing position. So when it's down, it's venting. You see this slants outward a bit to release the pressure. So that is venting. But when I do this, when I release, so you just turn this button and it goes down. So now it's in sealing position. So that's very important. Before you start cooking, make sure it's in sealing position. And then now we are ready to cook. So we're just going to power our machine. So when you power on your machine, you get a hello message. So here we are going to just select what we want to cook. So these are the preset programs. So here we have rice, oatmeal, beans, meat, soup, steam, yogurt, sous vide, and then there's a cancel button, keep warm, delay, and start. So and then up here we have saute, pressure cook, or slow cook. So you can decide to either select one of the preset programs, or you can decide to manually set the time that you want. So if, say for instance, I'm cooking beans, so if I wanted to use the preset programs, I would just select beans. And you see, so that this means the beans will cook in 30 minutes on medium pressure, but that's not what I want to do. And it goes on. So after 10 seconds, if you don't press anything, if you don't do anything after 10 seconds, your cooker just starts automatically. But you can always press cancel to cancel it if that's not what you wanted, and then start again. So I want to cook, this is a smart cooker. it's a smart pot, so you can actually change the preset programs. For instance, for the beans, the preset is 30. That's what came with the machine. But when I cook my beans in 30 minutes, they don't cook as well as I want. I like my beans tender because, well, I like them tender myself, and I have kids, so I prefer if it's tender so that they can have an easy time eating. So I like to cook mine in about 40 minutes. So I can either press pressure cook and then select the time. So I can select the time. It was 50. I can just take it down to 40. So I can do that. So I just said pressure cook, and then I set the time that I wanted using these plus and minus buttons. So you can add. Again, if you do not press start after 10 seconds, the machine, I'm so used to saying machine, the cooker will just start. You see, it will just start, it will just go on and start preheating. So cancel. So I want to adjust the preset time for beans. So preset is 30 minutes. So I want to adjust this. This one is preset at 30. So I'll just add time to get to 40. And then, so it will cook on medium heat for 40 minutes. And then the next time I want to cook beans, now when I press beans, it won't be beans at 30 minutes, it will be beans at 40 minutes. So now it says on. I didn't even press the start button, it just started automatically, but it's because I was talking to you. But normally I would press the start button so that it can start. So now it's preheating, and then the preheating goes on for about 15 minutes. So that's the time it takes for the pressure cooker to build pressure. So it doesn't start cooking immediately. So there's always that 15 minutes in the beginning to build up pressure, and then the cooking time will be 40. So that will be 40 plus 15, that will be 55 minutes. And then depending on whether you want to naturally release the pressure, like just leave it to release pressure on its own, or you want to vent so that the pressure can escape quickly so that you can open the lid, then that again, depending on that, then there will be additional time. It's been around 10 minutes now, and the pressure has been building inside the pressure cooker, and there you go. I hope you have seen that the float valve has just been pushed up, and also the countdown has just begun. So in 40 minutes the beans will be ready. After the countdown was over, I let the pressure cooker sit for about 15 minutes on the keep warm function. So it was just keeping the food warm as the pressure was escaping slowly. So for about 15 minutes, for actually 15 minutes. But as you can see, the float valve is still up, meaning there is still pressure inside the pressure cooker, and it is not safe to open the lid. So what I'm going to do is to press the button so that we can vent the rest of, or rather we can release the rest of the pressure so that the pin can go down and we can open the pressure cooker to check on the food. And you can see there was still a lot of pressure inside, and yeah, there we go, the pin has just gone down. So now it's safe to open the pressure cooker. But before I do that, let me show you one thing that I had forgotten. It's this small thing back here. It's a condensation collector. So it collects water, that is the steam that condenses into water is collected inside here. You can remove it and put it back. You can take it out to wash it, and then you put it back. So now we are going to open the lid to see how the food is doing, or rather how the food cooked. And here we go. So it cooked nicely. So this is how I like my beans. But I have to be honest with you guys, it did not cook in 40 minutes. I actually had to add an extra 10 minutes. So now I'm going to preset the cooking time for beans to 50 minutes. Now I'm going to go ahead and saute the beans. I'm using sausages, blended tomatoes, grated carrots. I have onions over there. And for spices, I'm using coriander, paprika, and Royco cubes. Then I'll season with some salt, and I'll also add some tomato paste. Here I'm just going to select the saute option. The preset time for that is 10 minutes, so I'm going to add that to 30 minutes, which is the maximum number of minutes you can saute for. But the good thing is that once it's done, you can always set it again to another 30 minutes or to however much time that you want. And you can also manipulate the heat, or so there's low, there's high, there's low, medium, and high. So I've selected high. So I am sauteing for 30 minutes on high heat. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. The food is absolutely delicious. I'll be showing you more of the food that I'll be cooking in the pressure cooker. So if you haven't subscribed, kindly do so, and turn on the notification bell so that you will be notified every time I upload a new video. And I'll see you in my next video, guys. Bye bye.